In the bustling city of Mbekwe, people moved like rushing rivers, noisy, busy, always in a hurry. Cars honked, traders shouted, and the smell of roasted corn mixed with dust floated in the air. But among all the movement was a girl the world walked past as if she didn't exist. Her name was Lindiwe. She was tiny, thin, barefoot, and dressed in a faded yellow dress that hung loosely on her shoulders. Lindiwe had been homeless since the age of 9, after her father died in a mining accident and her mother fell ill and passed away shortly after. With no relatives willing to take her in, she learned to survive on the streets. She swept shop fronts for leftover bread. She washed car windows for a few coins. She slept under the old railway bridge wrapped in a torn blanket. But even with nothing, Lindiwe had one thing others lost long ago: a heart that refused to turn cold. Every morning, she whispered a prayer her mother taught her: "May I never lose kindness, even when the world is unkind." And so she lived quietly, unnoticed, forgotten, until the day destiny decided to look her way. One dry and dusty afternoon, the marketplace was chaos as usual. Traders shouted prices, chickens escaped their cages, children chased each other, and taxi drivers argued loudly. Lindiwe walked through the market looking for odd jobs when she heard a harsh voice shout, "Move aside, old woman." She turned and saw an elderly woman, frail and shaking, trying to cross the road with a heavy basket. People shoved her, rushed past her, and some even cursed at her for being too slow. No one helped. The old woman stumbled. Her basket slipped. Fruit scattered across the dirt. People groaned in irritation. One man stepped over her mangoes as if they were stones. But Lindiwe ran. She knelt beside the woman. "Ma'am, are you hurt?" she asked, gently touching her arm. The old woman looked up, her eyes watery, tired, and full of a sadness Lindiwe recognized, the sadness of being invisible. "My child," the woman whispered, "you are the first person to speak to me today." Lindiwe helped her up, gathered every fruit, cleaned them with her dress, and placed them back in the basket. She offered her water, the last water she had saved for the day. "Let me walk with you," Lindiwe said. People watched in mild surprise, not out of admiration, but confusion. Why would a homeless girl waste time helping someone older and slower? But Lindiwe didn't care. Kindness was all she had. When they reached the quiet end of the market, the old woman turned to her. "My child, what is your name?" "Lindiwe," she whispered shyly. "And where is your home?" The girl hesitated. I sleep by the railway bridge." The old woman frowned, then nodded slowly. "Follow me." Lindiwe froze. "Ma'am, I don't want to cause trouble." "You are not trouble," the woman said firmly. "You are a blessing." They walked for nearly 30 minutes until they reached a gated area with huge houses. Lindiwe assumed the woman worked there as a cleaner. But then the biggest gate opened, and the guards bowed. "Welcome back, Mama Thandi." Lindiwe gasped. The old woman was not a market vendor. She was Mama Thandi Zuma, one of the wealthiest businesswomen in the entire country, owner of farms, factories, real estate, and a chain of supermarkets. Lindiwe dropped her basket in shock. "Come, child," Mama Thandi said softly. "You are safe here." Inside the mansion, Lindiwe was given food, real food, for the first time in years: rice, beef stew, vegetables, and warm bread. She cried while eating. Mama Thandi watched her with a gentle smile. "Why did you help me today?" she asked. Lindiwe wiped her tears. "Because no one else did. And because I know how it feels to be ignored." The old woman closed her eyes for a long moment. "My child, your heart is rare." Lindiwe slept in a warm bed that night, under clean sheets that smelled of lavender. She thought it was a dream. The next morning, Mama Thandi invited her for a walk through the compound. Then she said something unexpected. "I want to test something." They went to a small community on the edge of the city, a place full of struggling families. Mama Thandi gave Lindiwe 500 francs, the first money she had ever truly held. "Buy anything you want," she said. Lindiwe looked around. She saw a barefoot little boy crying over a broken toy. She saw a mother with a baby but no food. She saw an old man sitting alone, hungry and forgotten. Without hesitation, she spent the entire 500 francs on warm bread for the mother, a packet of biscuits for the little boy, a cup of porridge for the old man. She kept nothing for herself. She didn't know Mama Thandi was watching every step. When they returned to the mansion, Mama Thandi placed a trembling hand on Lindiwe's cheek. "My child, you passed." "Passed what?" Lindiwe asked, confused. "The test of a pure heart," the woman whispered. That evening, Mama Thandi called her entire household staff into the main hall. Lindiwe stood shaking at the entrance, unsure why she was there. Mama Thandi stood up tall, her voice echoing through the room. "I have spent 20 years searching for someone with a heart like mine, someone to inherit everything I built." Everyone murmured in shock. Mama Thandi continued, "When I went to the market today, I disguised myself as an ordinary old woman to see how people would treat me. Hundreds walked past me, but one child helped me. She gave me dignity when others gave me dust." She turned to Lindiwe. "That child is this girl." Gasps filled the room. Lindiwe's knees weakened. Mama Thandi raised her chin proudly. "From this day forth, Lindiwe Kumalo will become my daughter. She will go to school, she will learn business, and one day, she will inherit my company." Lindiwe burst into tears. The staff clapped. Some cried. Some stood speechless. Mama Thandi opened her arms, and Lindiwe ran into them, sobbing. "My child," she whispered, "kindness has made you richer than gold ever will." Lindiwe's life transformed. She was enrolled in the best private school. She learned English, accounting, leadership, and public speaking. She traveled with Mama Thandi to meetings and conferences. People whispered, "Isn't that the homeless girl? How did she get here? This must be magic." But Lindiwe ignored them. She studied. She learned. She grew. By the age of 22, she became the managing director of Zuma Enterprises. By 25, she expanded the business into 3 new African countries. By 28, she launched a scholarship fund for homeless children, just like she once was. And by 30, when Mama Thandi passed away peacefully, Lindiwe stood as the new CEO of a company worth over $1.2 billion. But she never became arrogant. Whenever she walked through the markets, she still bought roasted corn, greeted vendors, played with children, and gave gifts to the poor. People began calling her the billionaire with the heart of a child, the queen of kindness, Mama Thandi's miracle. One afternoon, a journalist asked her, "What is the secret behind your success?" Lindiwe smiled gently, the same gentle smile she had on the day she helped an old woman no one cared about. "My secret is simple," she said. "Kindness is an investment. The world always pays it back, often when you least expect it." And her story spread across the continent, told in schools, churches, marketplaces, and homes. Children learned it. Parents repeated it. Teachers taught it. And everyone remembered the truth: one act of kindness can change your entire destiny. Please, Mbekwe, do not forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more interesting stories.